Okay, I'm going to try to do this real quick and dirty, but if you want to get rid of your, if you want to do an evap delete, I'm going to show you what you got to do on a JK. So, if you're having problems with gas cap off or leaking, uh, codes or other evap codes that are just annoying, a lot of the times it's this guy right here, and all this is a switch. And what it does is there's a little plunger valve in there, and there's a little contact, 2-pin contact, and depending on which way the gas, the vapor is flowing through, will make that contact either touch or not touch. So what happens is this canister is a charcoal canister, and all it is it's an in between to the vent, just like on like a dirt bike where you have like a gas. You got your dirt bike with the gas tank, and there's a line that comes out. Same thing, except they put this charcoal canister in between before it vents to the air. So this is the line like you would have on a dirt bike, and it would just like flop down outside of your tank, right? Well, it comes out, it goes through here, it goes through this charcoal canister, comes back around, and it goes through this little switch, little plunger valve switch. It's not mechanical. It doesn't move in itself. All it is, what makes it move is the flow of the vapor. This is just a wire that senses whether the contact is touching or not touching. And I'll get to that in a second, how the system senses. So then it leaves out this, and it heads up but behind the tail light to another little small like filter canister, and then it just vents out into the air. So let me get up and show you that. So right here, it comes up and it goes behind this plate. And this is open. You can see like all these little holes. So it just kind of like vents out through there. But if you take this cover off, if you take this lens off, you can reach back in there and you'll see it. It's just like a little black cylinder looking thing. It's just a filter to let the fumes vent. Well, so what you can do is you can remove all of that. You can remove this canister and disconnect right here, and disconnect right here, and disconnect right here, and just reconnect that point to this point. Once you remove, they actually just snap together. It's kind of cool. And so then you can just remove the canister, remove this piece, and then you'll be left with this like little 12-inch hose. And then you can just unclip this and tuck it somewhere up on the rail, zip tie it out of the way, and save the parts if you ever sell the Jeep, and you can give it to someone else and they can deal with the hassle of seeing their gas cap light come on every 6 months or whatnot. It's been a constant problem with me. Oh, the other issue that it'll cause is that annoying problem whenever you go to the gas pump and you have to like trickle the gas in, because if you hold if you hold the gas hose valve full open, it'll just automatically shut off because too much is going in. That little suction cup valve will cause that problem also. So that's how you delete the evap. Well, what about the codes? All right, so the code part is you're going to need this guy right here. It's HP Tuners MPVI 3. You buy that from HP Tuners. You're going to need a laptop, and you download the software. You also have to buy credits for your serial number for your Jeep. And then you can go in there and you can turn off all of the evap related stuff. All right. So what is it doing? Whenever you turn the Jeep on, it tells this guy right here, this is a purge solenoid valve, to open, and it creates a vacuum on that system. And all it's doing is it's that valve that I showed you below by the little suction valve by the canister. All it's doing is it's putting a vacuum and it's seeing if that contact will close, and that tells it, okay, well, the system is sealed because I'm pulling a vacuum, it's closing, it's sucking, so it means that everything is sealed properly, we're good to go. But if it, and it does that every time the Jeep turns on and runs, I think whenever it's cold. Um, but say like you had a leak in the system, it would do that check and it would put a vacuum on that system. Well, then that little plunger valve wouldn't close because there's a leak somewhere, and then it flags. It flags and it gives you a code on your dash. And I think it takes like 3 times for it to fail before it'll flag a code. It's the system is very problematic. A lot of times that plunger, that little plunger valve, uh, will just get worn out and it'll get stuck, and that can be the reason for why it doesn't make contact, or why you can't fill up quickly. And it it's only like $30 or $40 to replace it, and it's super easy to replace, but it's just annoying. So if you want to get rid of the evap system, that's how you do it. All right.